Hello, this is Larry Richardson with another edition of Common Sense News. Today is the August the 8th, 2019, and the subject of today's segment is the red flag laws, their history, where they stand now, and where they are likely going. Red flag laws. What are they? What is their history? And where are they going? Well, let's look at what they are first. The red flag laws are laws which have been passed by several states, a total of 17 now, and the District of Columbia, which allow a court or a judge to issue a order that an individual's guns may be confiscated from them and held until such time as that person can be determined if it is safe for him to have guns or not. Now, what initiates this step that judges can take? That's what the red flag laws are all about. It's various states have made some trigger events that can get this process going. Most states, it is families, members, can go and make a complaint or a request to a judge about one of their family members and say that, hey, judge, I think this person might be a danger to society and others because he's been acting whatever, however, and I think you need to take their guns away until we can make sure he's not going to hurt anybody with them. Other states have expanded the opportunity that not only family members, but school officials can do the same thing, teachers, etc. Some states allow healthcare workers to be added to the list. And those are the states that let people go straight to judges themselves. Other states have put a buffer or the prosecutor and law enforcement in between the complainants and the judges. And people can go to the law enforcement and make the case, and then law enforcement will decide whether to take it to a judge or not. So that's in a nutshell what red flag laws are. Now, they're not always called red flag laws in every state. Some, in 1999, when the first one was passed by Connecticut, it was called a risk warrant. And then in 2005, Indiana was the next state to pass one, California in 2014, Oregon in 2017. Now, some states call their laws the extreme risk protection orders, some the risk protection orders, some gun violence restraining orders. Then, of course, Connecticut was risk warrants. One state, I believe that's California, calls it a proceeding for the seizure and retention of a firearm. Okay, so that's the different names those laws are listed under. We've covered who can initiate the thing and a little bit about when these laws were put in place. Now let's look at the current situation of the red flag landscape across the nation. Right now, it is only states that have these laws. Like I said, there's 17 states and the District of Columbia. However, there have been a couple of efforts by the federal government to pass red flag laws, which have all failed to this point. However, after this past weekend with the events in El Paso and Dayton, it appears like the red flag laws are going to be ushered in quickly, since they have the support of both President Trump and several prominent and important Republicans have jumped on the red flag bandwagon. What this federal law is going to look like remains to be seen. In my opinion, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter which aspects of the various state models they follow. It's simply another law in the slippery slope that leads to the repeal of our Second Amendment, of our right as Americans to have weapons. That's just my opinion. I invite you to check out our next episode of Common Sense News coming soon. And while you're waiting for it, check out my other major effort that I'm working with called Sound the Alarm Brigade. Go to ourstab.com and find out how you can help to keep Sharia from being instituted into our society and how we can keep Islam from taking over.